Breaking news coming in the last couple of minutes as one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Cash Wheeler, has been arrested. Details on his arrest, his current status, what it will mean in terms of AEW's reaction. They've released a statement and how much punishment he could possibly be facing. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, breaking news coming in the last couple of minutes this afternoon, this Friday afternoon, as one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Cash Wheeler, one half of FTR, has been arrested and is currently incarcerated. Details on it upcoming. Again, it's a very much developing story, so we don't have all of the details right now. We've got some statements from AEW. We've got some updates on possible punishments, things of that nature. Again, it's certainly a developing story, so more details will be coming probably later today as well, as far as what's actually happened. Again, the fallout from it, what it will mean going forward in AEW, what it's going to mean for All In, which of course is next weekend as well. So let's start off with what we know right now. And what we know at the moment is that Cash Wheeler, real name Daniel Wheeler, is facing one count of aggravated assault with a firearm after being arrested today, Friday morning, in Orlando, Florida, by the Orlando Police Department. Now, this story was broken by the Orlando Sentinel. They reported the news, and according to county records following the arrest, Wheeler was booked in circuit court. No further details were given as of right now. Again, as I mentioned, it's very much a developing story, so we don't have a ton of extra details at the moment. Of course, FTR, which is the team that Wheeler's a part of, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, they're currently the AEW World Tag Team Champions. In fact, they're scheduled to defend their titles against the Young Bucks at All In at the pay-per-view event on August 27 from Wembley Stadium. That's only 9 days away. Yes, again, it's an event that's not even that far away at this point. The status for that is certainly now very much up in the air. Of course, Wheeler, he's been in the wrestling business for 18 years, where he spent 6 of those in WWE as part of the revival before leaving and joining AEW in 2020. Since then, obviously, FTR have gone on to become one of AEW's top acts and top attractions, being 2-time AEW World Tag Team Champions, former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, IWGP Tag Team Champions. When they're in WWE, they held every Tag Team Championship possible at the time, the Raw Tag Team Championship, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the NXT Tag Team Championship, too. They've also held the AAA tag team titles as well. They've pretty much done everything there is to do currently in tag team wrestling, in professional wrestling right now. AEW, they've released a statement. Now, the statement comes to Sean Ross Sapp, some other people I've seen report as well, PW Insider and others. It's a blanket statement that they're reporting out to everyone. So Sean Ross Sapp tweeted, and I quote, you can see it on the screen at the moment, AEW responded to my request for a statement on Cash Wheeler's arrest for aggravated assault with a firearm. Quote, AEW has been made aware of the charge and we are closely monitoring the situation. He is fully cooperating with local authorities. As Sean Ross Sapp mentions, as we mentioned before, Wheeler was arrested early Friday by the Orlando Police Department and was booked in circuit court. According to county records, the Orlando Sentinel ran a report on the arrest this morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. As I mentioned, it's not a lot of details at the moment. The current status, as listed by PW Insider, is that he's currently incarcerated in Florida. We don't know if he's made bail or anything like that at this point. Now, as far as the charge itself, I'm not going to come on here and say that I'm a legal expert, particularly when it comes to Orlando or Florida law, because I'm not. Just doing a quick Google search, though, what you can see is here is the punishment for a conviction for aggravated assault with a firearm. You can see on the screen right there, it says, quote, a conviction for aggravated assault with a firearm is punished as a third-degree felony. This means that the defendant may be incarcerated for up to 5 years and be ordered to pay a fine of up to $5,000. Again, as of right now, at the time of recording this video, he is still incarcerated. Most likely, one would think that he will make bail, but that's when we get into territory of All In, because of course, All In isn't taking place in the United States. It's taking place in the UK. It's taking place at London's Wembley Stadium. Now, sometimes, again, depending on your bail conditions, it could mean that you may be prohibited to fly to another country. We've seen in the past when the likes of Jeff Hardy's been going through his legal issues, or with the Usos, because of their legal issues, they've been unable to leave the United States. I think back to Jeff Hardy for several years was unable to leave the United States to go on Impact Wrestling's UK tour or European tour. Given that the biggest event in AEW's history is taking place outside of the US, again, next weekend, taking place in the UK, this might be a problem considering that the Young Bucks are facing FTR for the Tag Team Championships in one of the biggest matches on the show. Now, earlier today, a report had come out from Dave Meltzer kind of explaining how and why this match was going to be going ahead, because with the Young Bucks and FTR involved in a match at AEW All In on August 27, details of their relationship had been revealed now. In August 2022, it was reported that despite working together, FTR and the Young Bucks weren't particularly close behind the scenes, possibly due to their differing relationships with CM Punk and, of course, the issues when it comes to the brawl-out situation. When Dave Meltzer weighed in on suggestions that the, quote, bigger losers on wrestling Twitter were, quote, people who actually think the Young Bucks are bearing FTR or are scared of them in some way, Dax Harwood was clear in his opinion that Meltzer should hear both sides of the story. Fast forward to 2023, and as I mentioned, AEW fans will be getting another encounter, or at least were going to be getting another encounter featuring FTR and the Young Bucks. This time it was going to happen. It still might. As of right now, again, the status is very much up in the air. That was going to be taking place at Wembley Stadium at All In. As for how this match came together, Dave Meltzer revealed details in today's Wrestling Observer newsletter. Of course, again, this went to print before Cash Wheeler's arrests actually had made the headlines. He said, quote, FTR, the Young Bucks, Adam Page and Kenny Omega cleared the air some time ago when Tony Khan suggested Young Bucks versus FTR for Wembley Stadium. It was a very quick yes from both sides. Therefore, it was scheduled. It was looking like that on August 27, the AEW World Tag Team Championship would be on the line as FTR defend the titles against the Young Bucks. But as of right now, as I mentioned, certainly everything is very, 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 very much in the air. Again, if we get any more details on this, we'll let you know in future videos. I think that it's going to be interesting, certainly, to see the fallout of what this means for Cash Wheeler's current AEW run. Of course, we've seen people in AEW have legal issues and come back. The biggest example is a Jeff Hardy, who around this time last year, of course, had his issue with DUI, and then all of the charges that were against him. Of course, Hardy did not end up doing jail time or anything like that, but certainly, again, was significantly punished. He had to go to rehab. He had to spend a prolonged period of time with sobriety before eventually coming back to AEW, and he's back on AEW television as of this past week. He wrestled in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match against Jeff Jarrett. Of course, at the time, Jeff Hardy was not one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, as is the case of Cash Wheeler. He is one half of the Tag Team Champions, so what it means for FTR's Tag Team title reign, we don't know. What it means for the match next weekend at All In at Wembley Stadium, again, we don't know, because we don't know the bail conditions. We don't know if AEW is going to be forced to strip FTR of the championships or anything like that. There's still a lot of unknowns. What we do know at the moment is that he has been arrested, he has been charged, and now it's going to be a case of whether he makes bail, what the future is going to be. Again, if we get any more details on that, we'll let you know. Once again, just to confirm, when it comes to the possible punishment, when it comes to this, a conviction for aggravated assault with a firearm is punished as a third-degree felony, which means the defendant may be incarcerated for up to 5 years and be ordered to pay a fine of up to $5,000. Once again, just to reiterate, if we get any more information, if we get any more details, we'll let you know in a video later on today. So there you go, guys. Incredibly surprising news, breaking news, and once again, stay tuned for more information.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.